Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own.
Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they faced this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Looking to throw, it's Hauser. Snagged out of the air. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. First down, 10 yards to go. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Looking to fire. Finds his man down the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. He rifles one deep to the left. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but it gets made.
Oh, it's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Dropping back, it's Hauser. Looking left. Makes the grab. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice.
Oh, he's got some space. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Making side adjustments here. They'll throw on third and short. It's complete. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got the back over the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Going up top again. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Well, they found some room on this opening drive, but now a chance for this defense to stand tall on third and goal. To the air, it's Hauser. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's going to take a shot right away. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the grab at the 30. Touchdown tie. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
I don't know why I thought I could play these bums all
it's
fucking season.
Just a little off. Incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. They bring the punter onto the field now. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Motion from the back. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Offense gets set for second down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Sends it back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Beck. Fires to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The give on the inside. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Trying to set up the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
You knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Here comes the option. Now the toss. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Firing to the right, complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Hauser. Throws toward the end zone. And it's in for a touchdown.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They took it 64 yards right down the field. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. He'll keep it himself. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Swings it out to his running back. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Beck. Got it set up on the outside. Gets away from one. He's got space. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You want to stop the run game? Get the big defensive tackles in the middle, getting penetration. Those big boys eating up blocks, taking away gaps and holes for those running backs to run through.
Using his power and his sweet feet to get into the backfield quickly.
And you know you're athletic when you're described with power and sweet feet. I mean, just put those two things together and you're just pretty amazing.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on 3rd down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
To throw, it's Hauser. Going to take a shot. Makes a catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
Looking to throw on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. A little screen to the running back. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
On a 3rd and short like that, you just have to have great chemistry between the quarterback and his receiver. They just couldn't get on the same page. Now it's on 4th down.
They are perfect on 4th down so far in the first half. They'll try to make it 3 for 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, it's Beck. Grab near the marker, it's Horton. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Caught behind the line, it's Young.
It's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw, they'll have to be efficient against the clock. Still looking, on the move. Breaks into the open. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, hard not to enjoy the pageantry and the meaning of this great game. And, of course, it helps to have had ourselves an eventful first half in the Armed Forces Bowl. And, yes, football is a game of inches, but, man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half of the Armed Forces Bowl.
And he's going to try to return this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Scanning the field, it's Beck. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking for room, it's Young. And runs through another guy. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been...
There he goes! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Barney. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. The run to the left. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. To the air. It's Beck. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The punt team makes its way onto the field. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. Gives it on the option. Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? He sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella. I trust I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Finds a tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Man, that is not the third down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Caught over the middle. It's Young. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Tries to do it himself on the draw. Turning it on. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Back to pass, it's Beck. That's caught, it's Williams. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Got it behind the line. It's Young. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Horton. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. He smashes his way through again. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the fourth. Trying to barge their way in. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown and, more importantly, take the lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. He's going up top, and that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Great coverage, and it's so hard when the ball's thrown down the field to stay patient, like not to grab the guy, not to start to overreact to the football. Nice job staying a little bit patient when the ball got there, deflecting it, knocking it down.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
I think moving forward on third down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. Start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys. They've got way too much speed. You saw it right there.
Got his man. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And that was a play they absolutely had to have. Fourth down, down by 1 possession. You've got to find a way. Someone's got to step up and make a play, and they did it right there. That is going to be huge for their confidence.
And the QB going with a little bit of touch, you know, trying to feather that thing up in the air and give his receiver a chance to go up high and try to get over top of the defender. Nice job by the defense seeing the football, breaking on it, and getting the ball on the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Hauser. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time. Likely their final drive. Bringing the heat. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. Fourth down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's fourth down anyway.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The clock and the scoreboard on their side as they come to the line, first and goal. At this point, the clock is like the 12th man on offense. I assume they'll keep it on the ground.
I would think so, too, but I also want to get the score and end this game. Like, that touchdown puts me up by 2 possessions, ball game over.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Never a doubt. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period.
And that was an important kick here in the fourth quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting your kicker.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Hauser. He's going up top here late in the game. He's got it down the left side. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. He uncorks one deep. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense, and I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are.
Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
He just took a shot down the field, didn't get it, so you've got time for one more play. Everybody thinking Hail Mary right now. I know the odds don't say you're going to come up with it.
Going over the top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Oh, that was a